Thank you, Kira. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this session, this ceremonial session. And this is about more than ideas. It's about remembering a way of life, a way of restoring right relationship with ourselves, with each other, Mother Earth, with Creator, and with all of life. Now, Patricia Anne Davis, a Choctaw-Navajo teacher who's whole systems designer, peacemaking leader, founder of the Child of All Nations Indigenous Wisdom Institute. She is a dear, dear, beloved friend, teacher, advisor. 27 years we've known each other. And I'm so grateful for that difference you've made, not just in my life and not just in Summer's life, but in so many people's lives. And I'm going to allow you to introduce yourself and share a little bit about who you are, where you come from, what shaped your life's work. And you have a plan for how we do this, and I'm going to follow your lead. So let me turn this over to you, dear Patricia. Thank you. And Summer's here too, which is perfect. Okay. Welcome. You should be unmuted. Yeah, go ahead.
May our intention and our words echo through the universe, because that is our service in the world, to be a way shower. And yes, I have prepared research, I have prepared teachings, and I am grateful, I am happy, I am joyful, because Summer, dancing is the expression of joy. It is what Nietzsche, the philosopher, said was, quote, anti-gravity, that we are uplifting each other and we are befriending each other. We are certainly learning and teaching from one another. And I often call these events that I'm facilitating and also participating in an open classroom. That means the accountability and the transparency to speak to our comfort level of what we want to say or ask questions, or even what we want to share about our personal experience, or even our confusion or our objection to something that we don't like or understand. It's a safe place to empty without judgment and without punishment and without condemnation. And so we are at a Planetary Cosmic Love Winds event. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your interest, because we are doing this together. We are undoing, we are deconstructing thought forms that we're in the energy field of, that would give us the space and make a way for all of us to thrive in plenitude. It's cross-cultural, inclusive, universal and practical application. It's intergenerational, and certainly the realistic and practical application. It can be translated into any language in any land. That's how ceremonial language speaks in that context, in that container, where there is no way to, or even reason to divide. Hear that? There's no concept, there's no container, there's no reason to divide. And so one of the areas that I will speak a little bit about is the misuse of the word tribe in politics and in the media, in history, that is putting this Indigenous knowledge and wisdom in an inverse, in a deficiency way of lack of and deficient self-image, meaning lack of being educated or civilized or progressive, or any of the words that convey that this high socioeconomic status and high self-esteem. And then the word tribe is used as not all of that. So I bring that out as something for you all to ponder while we are engaging here in a dialogue and a conversation after I bring forth what I have prepared here. So let's begin. Living the Loving Way is an Indigenous wellness, planetary, cosmic, reverent revolution, wellness restoration is Indigenous in the Indigenous affirmative thinking system, which is our holiness and wholeness, our holistic, we could even say with Summer's background, we could even say holographic, holistic, precious child of Creator within creation. We're present to make a way. When we say make a way, that way is with Creator and within creation. And so that is the unifying principle here. Greetings, everyone. Greetings and welcome. You are my spiritual family and relatives, as we are in this humane family. And you're invited to speak on your comments, your concerns, your questions, your contribution to inspire and to motivate each other, to enhance, to amplify the vibration and the frequency. Remember, everything is energy and vibration and frequency. We're here to enhance, to amplify the vibration and frequency of living the loving way as a way of life. Doesn't it sound comforting and soothing? And so it is how it is spoken. Halane ashane sha'aweh shayajer. It's like the holy people saying you belong to us. We belong to all creation as this precious child. And we're in alignment. We're in the Deneh, the holy people, Hojo, blessed way, beauty way, loving way, peaceful way, natural order law. Hear this, that governs everyone, governs all of us equally. And therefore, when I say to you, beloved cohorts, that is a warm heart-to-heart hug from my ceremonial fireplace to the hearth of your home, because that hearth and that home and that fireplace represented in the radiant sun upon our mother, sacred Mother Earth, is the symbol, it's more than the symbol, it's the actual energy field of spiritual family love, of coming together, homecoming, meaning our sanctuary, our temple, our synagogue, our church, our our sacred Mother Earth, our habitat. We must take care of our mother. We must take care of ourselves. In this time today, life, a reminder and an affirmation. Life is precious. Life is precious. Every eternal moment, and every eternal moment is a precious moment in the continuous circle, in a continuous eternal circle, reminding us to embody self-reverence and reverence for all life. That is the word sehasen, and that's referring to the time that we self-reflect, self-assessment, self-inventory, rest, sleep, and rejuvenate and regenerate, preparing for every day, today, each day, every dawn, every sunrise is a new day. Hayoth, Kath, Diyin. That is a spiritual energy field, a spiritual being blessing us in this new beginning of the morning dawn within the sacred circle of life. And our very in-breath and out-breath is the perfect peace and love of Creator's sacred breath, eternally in or out of the body. We're clothed with the earth, water, fire, and air coming in and ascending out and transcending, transmuting, and ascending. Then we remain in that perfect peace and love of Creator's sacred breath. And the fire of the radiant sun, the fire of life in our hearts, the giving and receiving of love, which humanity has been blocking. Oh, I don't love myself, or I don't love you, but I just love myself. One way, one or the other, or even both. The giving and receiving of radiant love. Love is radiant. Water is life. We hear that. It's not a trite meme. It's not just words. It's an absolute truth. We are nurtured by water. We're nurtured by the water within us. And we are also nurtured by the water around us. So within our body and the water around us and the environment, and the male and the female rain, and the water that is ascending and returning and precipitation. That is a cycle of water is life. And are we just saying, oh, darn, I'm not going outside, it's bad weather, and yet run in the rain, dance in the rain, and breathe in and understand ourself of our actual organic composition, our constitution of the four sacred elements of earth, water, and fire, and air. So this male and female rain replenish us, rejuvenates us, enlivens us in the natural environment, because it also grows the food that nurtures us. This is my understanding of the Indigenous ceremonial oral tradition, which is passed from generation to generation, that we may remember and awaken every generation not to be recruited to participate in our own demise in such a way that causes delay, and that delay causes suffering. We're present, each and every one of us. We are all present in our sacred self, here in our sacred place within the universe. When we say the word Bahajoba, in English, they would say, oh, that's humility, and connotate shame or guilt or being at the bottom or pitiful. No, it's a sacred word that means we're all equally in our sacred place, in our sacred self and our sacred place in the universe. We're present in our holiness and wholeness in alignment of the holiness and holiness of the whole planetary cosmic galaxy universe. We're present today to affirm our cooperation and our collaboration as relatives in this shared interrelatedness and shared interconnection. We're present to experience the spiritual meaning of Indigenous science, Indigenous wisdom. We have Western science. What is Indigenous wisdom? What is Indigenous science? During this continuation circle within Unity Week, and grateful to Ben Bowler and all the organizers, the resources, the planning, the decision making, and the technical support, because we're all one in our intention, and we understand the magnitude, and we understand the escalating global crisis we're witnessing today demands, is necessary, required of us to create opportunities to be visible, to educate, and to speak affirmatively, that we may be present to our creator within creation and within ourself and with each other in balance and harmony within the June solstice. It's called in metaphysics the great convocation of the spiritual beings that guide and protect us. And we're all doing our part upon the sacred, our sacred Mother Earth, in our collective gatherings to mark the opening of a 99-day journey. This is our spiritual journey, traveling together for bringing to fruition our expressions of unity and collective action for mutual beneficial what? Abundance and plenitude. We're talking about our very fear of survival. Let's talk about thriving, because fear is a call for love, guilt is a call for peace, and scarcity is a call for abundance and plenitude. And they cannot coexist. So we are mentoring the next generation of youth to choose love, peace, abundance, plenitude. We are mentoring our own children and grandchildren of how to make decisions that are beneficial to everyone. We are undoing, dismantling. We're deconstructing this notion of domination, submission between male and female, and also in the political, in theocracy, where it's politics, religion, and money, where there is a really arrogant, defiant, I win and you lose, and winner take all. And that's the way it is. That's the way it is. And that's not the way it is in the natural order law. That's antithetical and we can't say that it's not. It's a fact, and we're witnessing it. And if we enable and rescue and enable predators upon us, then we're experiencing the moral wounding of our own conscience and moral reasoning. So this is not an argument. This is not a debate. This is not a confrontation. This is how do we go about it? And so I will introduce myself, and it's very shortened for our purposes here. I say that my colonial Indian boarding school name is a Welsh name. It was given to my father at Haskell Indian School, and from there he brought my mother to Lukachukai, Arizona. It is that's not who I am. That's just who I'm called. Patricia Anne Davis Inshia, a Mississippi band of Choctaw Inchle, Tachitni Bashilchin. And when I say Chata, that's the Choctaw in Chata, and reverse back to Dene Chata Dene Edashache Kia Ani Edashanala, and the affirmation all inclusive, although the Yandene Biaja Inchle do Nihitle, which is an affirmation of for us to know and acknowledge our maternal bloodline lineage and our paternal bloodline lineage as matrilineal people in such a way that there that conveys that no one is born higher or lower, that there are actually 4 jewel nations that I have covered in other events: white shell jewel nation, turquoise jewel nation, and the abalone shell jewel nation, and the jet and obsidian jewel nation. So I'll say that very quickly because that's really the only way I can keep track and stay anchored within switching back and forth to English is to say that out loud. Ha ashade ah e ah nahokos ashabekeho is sunwise. That there are, we say, exoteric colors in terms of white people, red people, yellow people, black people. And then I name the jewel nations because that's the ceremonial language that says where there's 4 jewel nations. And so that's why there's no hierarchy or there's no deficiency. We can't say we're higher or lower or deficient or more or better in status in any way. And I make that very, very clear in terms of spiritual sovereignty, inherent sovereignty, not granted externally, politically, or religiously, or in any man-made system. And the purpose of the Indigenous Ceremonial Change Process. Now, Jon and Summer, at the 11th hour, at the top of the hour on my phone, I text you 2 pictures. And if it's possible to bring those 2 pictures up because they're blatant way to just visually show us what we are reframing out of and what is existing already built within us. It's not something we're becoming or something that we'll overcome and something that we're going to be in the future and we're getting there and we're not there yet. But all of these ways to insert that distance that someday, no, we are existing within the spiritual realm in the eternal now in our sacred self.
Okay, I did get them. So I have both
Okay.
images. When you want to share them, let me
Oh,
know.
yeah, right now.
All right, hold on.
And I'm so happy for everyone that has joined us today. I'm um, bringing forth that task, and I've said it, and I love to say it, and you've heard it time and time again. And it's true. At 8 years old, in a ceremonial initiation to my father's uh, way of healing ceremony, undo the thinking, undo the thinking, the twisted thinking, undo the thinking, inzin, the intentional sorcery of inflicting pain upon others, addiction of the pleasure and euphoria of inflicting pain upon others. Undo the thinking, the ado inzin, that
Hmm.
cause our people and all the people, all peoples, even all throughout history, that causes violence and suffering. That's the ceremonial naming the out of balance condition and identifying the root cause. So this will just, so there
There's
we
the
are.
design failure.
Yeah. This is design failure. It's task avoidance. And we literally, on my chart, we literally where I have some let's see, I have describe and define and illustrate and simplify for the general public, but this with just one word is hochon. What is it?
Sure.
Destroying the spirit of peace and love.
Mm,
So that is that our intention
mm.
in our face.
Wow.
Now
Wow.
we are in the reframe of we were not created accordingly. That's man-made intention, twisted thinking, and sorcery. Uh, let's go to the other one.
Now, Patricia, when you say task avoidance there, do you
Yeah,
mean avoiding living the loving way and ignoring the challenges we're facing? And that's the task that's being avoided there? What do you mean by task avoidance?
Indigenous people on Turtle Island say there are original instructions.
Hmm.
And basically, we know about the two-row wampum belt and the
Right.
way of living in peace.
Yes.
And so making decisions for the greatest good for the greatest number of people.
Mm.
Making decisions for the greatest good for the greatest number of people. That is task avoidance.
Well, we've been avoiding that for a long time, haven't we?
That's
In the world I grew up in, boy, the idea of making decisions for the greatest good for the greatest number of people, that's those crazy Indians. That's not America. What are you talking about? My gosh, isn't that sad? It's so obvious
I
when you say it.
know they're just animals and they don't even know how to and they don't even know how to use the land
That's right.
because
They're not
they're
civilized.
no
Uh,
way. How
now
could
look at
we
this, guys.
how could we be civilized? Um,
Now here's the second image, right? Wow.
that's okay. We're done with the betrayal story. When people say, "Where's the origin?" I said that was an insane thought. Said, "Come
Mm.
follow me, because I am appointing myself the God of this planet to um, manipulate and control the world resources for my benefit, and I will recruit others to gang up on others to steal their land and resources."
Gosh.
To this very day,
Mm.
to this very day.
Yes.
So this picture here is of a cradle board. And so that board, that cedar board that goes across the child's head, protects the child, protects the thinking. It's called Nazi-lid. Nazi-lid means rainbow, and it is the continuum of our whole brain thinking, our intuition, our creative imagination, our intuition, and it is the continuous source with Creator's intention of that radiant love to be that conduit within our own heart, within that fireplace within our own heart. And that's the hearth of our home, and it's the radiant sun in the universe. So that's a micro and macro. So there's beautiful, inspiring names and teaching for all of the how this is constructed and why and so on. But just bringing it forward, we're talking about inherent sovereignty, our spiritual sovereignty, our way of agency, and the power within to have power with others that eliminate the need for power over. Okay, let's
Well, Patricia, maybe
move on.
that is our new beginning right there.
It
That it
is.
is a new birth for all of us, and we are that child again.
And so you see that the meaning of that, I use the word, pay attention to that. Oh, I have to put this in there. Pay attention to that because it's that word rainbow, that is with create that's with a continuum of our thinking. That's the key word, a continuum of our thinking. There's no dualism, there's no binary, there's no um, split thinking, there's no double bind, say one thing, do another thing. It's alignment, congruent with natural order law. That's the full that I could convey in our time frame here, that continuum. And so lots to say and lots to think about. And sometimes I'm talking slowly in order to focus and to pay attention and to watch people on the screen, because I'm also scrolling and looking at people's aura and reaction and who's here at the same time, even though I'm presenting in such a way that requires me to focus on what I have prepared for all of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trisha
And
is a scholar. She is a scholar, guys. I know this. And when she's going to offer something, she prepares. She does her homework. It's well grounded. Thank you, Patricia.
we were told that we had to go to Indian boarding school to get civilized and to get educated and to get Christianized, and to take away our sacred self in the universe and replace it by that deficient self-image that said that's a moral wounding, that I'm sitting here right now. Uh, our whole life is in this country where can we be who we really are? And so the next best thing is to teach it to other people, that we may have a future, a future governing system that allows the understanding of unifying principles. And
Yes.
so I am going to say that the design of this Indigenous ceremonial change process is the purpose of it. It's a template So hear me, a template means it's overarching. That means it applies to every domain. I'm not over here on the side in my own domain as grandma from the reservation. It is an overarching template for all domains. The unifying principles that's built within us, everyone, it's built as our constitution of earth, water, fire, air within the earth, water, fire, and air. And so I'm going to uh, read this. It's a little bit lengthy, but I want you to hear and understand the vibration and the frequency of words in the English language. Remember, it's a trade and commerce language. And so this is from the Venerable Walk for Peace monks, if you have been following them. And they're teaching the very same principles of the perfect love and peace of Creator's sacred breath and focus, which is their affirmative prayer. May I be free from resentment and conflict. May I be free from physical suffering. May I be free from mental suffering. May I be free from danger. May my body and my mind be at peace. May all beings be free from resentment and conflict. May all beings be free from physical suffering. May all beings be free from mental suffering. May all beings be free from danger, and may their bodies and minds be at peace. May you and all beings be well, happy, and at peace. May I let go of anger and live without conflict. May my body be healthy and free from pain. And may my mind be calm and free from distress. And may I be and this is inclusive. When I say I, it's the collective I. May I be protected from harm, and may peace fill my body and heart. May all beings be protected from harm, and may all beings release anger and live in harmony. May all beings be free from illness and suffering. May all beings be free from worry and mental pain. May all beings be safe, and may all beings be at peace and rest within their bodies and minds. May you and every being be well, be joyful, be peaceful. May I be free from resentment and conflict. May I, and it goes on and repeats the same thing and ends with, may you and every being be well, joyful, and peaceful. So in this time of disruption and division, we are affected and impacted by the energy field of we can't just say, I don't want to go there, I don't want to hear it. I wasn't there, it didn't happen to me. It's just all negative, because it takes us to name what is out of balance. It takes us to identify the root cause. It takes us to deconstruct it, because it's a monster thought form with attachments onto our body in our aura that eventually takes us out in some mental or physical diagnose, medically and psychiatrically. That's the end stage of consequences. We are affected, we are impacted by the energy field of addiction to greed, never enough, never satisfied, to adversary, we're addicted to adversary and conflict, we're addicted to revenge, which is now identified as equally addictive as alcohol and other drugs, and we're addicted to war, enemy creation. So here we are befriending each other. There are no enemies, and there are no secrets in Indigenous wisdom and knowledge, because it's the natural order law that governs us all equally. And so thus by witnessing, and the key word here is speaking truth into the web of light in the etheric network, witnessing perpetration that causes violence and suffering, we are equally perpetrated upon by our witnessing. We're equally perpetrated upon by our witnessing. Therefore, let us comfort and support one another in reframing and thinking and decision making into healing each other by witnessing our individual and collective healing through, end quote, compassionate kindness in action. This is the continuation circle. The words that we use that link and bridge in the unifying principles. That is Indigenous spirituality. That is an appropriate use of our inherent sovereignty, our conscience and moral reasoning. Remember, it was Einstein, not just Patricia Anne Davis. It was Einstein said, we we cannot solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. That's why a new beginning, a new dawn, a new renewal. I'm gonna have a sip of
water.
tea here.
You know, while you're doing that tea, when we've talked about that prophecy where they come to the fork in the road and they choose neither path but to turn back to discover what was forgotten along the trail, this is exactly what we're talking about here.
Well, for those American Indians who went on urban relocation, my parents went to reservation. But people who Indians went from boarding school to urban relocation, acculturated and converted to Christianity. The terminology there is a separation of the chaff from the wheat. That's there's other terms, there's other words for that, in which then we're saying that doesn't even exist. Why are we thinking it? Why are we planning it? Why are we activating it? And why is it our intention? And why are we even cherishing and perpetuating it? So that's the role of elders and medicine people in my culture where I was born and grew up. And for me to sit here at a certain time in my life, I looked around me and I said, Patricia, speak up. My whole life was preparing for these times, when and where to have access to speak up and how to go about it in such a way that I don't become the enemy and people are alienated to what I'm saying because they're projecting their own patterns from their own thought forms and their own aura. So that's what's called rattling their cage. So let's rattle first we have to get out of the box, and then we have to rattle the cage. Not only get out of the box of our thinking, but rattle that cage and take down that cage. And that cage requires that acknowledgement. That acknowledgement doesn't mean blame. It doesn't mean scapegoating. Doesn't mean any of those. It doesn't mean to sacrifice ourselves or to sacrifice someone. And us women here, we need to understand that sacrifice is a word to eliminate from our vocabulary. No, we're not here to sacrifice ourselves in any way. We're here to serve with our gifts. So thank you, Summer, for your presence and your joyful dancing. We're all of us We know that we might not be actually on the dance floor dancing, but where our heart dances, our thinking dances. When we say enhance, enliven, that's because we're spiritually being fed, we're replenished. That's what our goal is here today. And so here we are. I'm going to renew our process right here by reviewing at a metaphysical level of how Sanskrit and Diné or Navajo creation story are congruent. Their word for Nazi lid for rainbow, which means the same thing in Sanskrit, is Antakarana. And then the holy beings that protect us and guide us, they call Deva. And our word is Diyin, Diyin. And so here I'm going to review just briefly. And then, Jon, would you, I'll ask you what it is specifically to bring us into this picture where all of the parts of the puzzle fit, are in alignment. And in our intention here, the summer solstice phase that we are still in, we're still in it, represents the peak of physical light in the four seasons. It is a gathering in the spiritual realm at this time that is considered to be the highest, quote, highest spiritual conversion of the year, and it's called the Great Convocation. So the ascended masters gather, and we know their names, the beings that guide and protect humanity throughout this with ageless wisdom. These ascended masters gather because we will all ascend off the earth plane, and none shall pass until all pass. Hear that? We will all ascend off the earth. We're all ascended masters because our origins are from our holy people. These ascended masters gather to release the spiritual energies using the great convocation. And you can look that up yourself. You can research it. It's a universal mantra that Alice A. Bailey introduced in 1945 with 3 keynotes. Now, I have this beside my bed since 1977, and I say that meditate every morning, every night, and I say that this great convocation. These 3 keynotes are love in its highest unselfish sense, resurrection representing a return to real spiritual values, contact, bridging a closer relationship between ascended masters and humanity. So that's through our soul, our soul purpose and life mission to serve in the world with our genius gift. That's the bridge and that's the link. And now we are at a place of mass healing and mass media into the electronic, into AI, into the energy field that would inspire us and guide us. That's our intention. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Collective, yes. The 7 colors of the rainbow are the same, are the 7 vibrational frequency of everything, all that is in manifestation. That's in the rainbow. On the earth plane, interconnected with the 7 chakras in our body. Hear that? The micro and the macro. The ascended masters blend these colors. The Great Convocation, they blend these colors, the sounds, the octaves of vibration frequency of color and sound to stimulate humanity to embody radiant love as congruent with what we have in our oral tradition that we call Hojong. That is living the loving way as a way of life, ceremony for remembering and reawakening. That's the meaning of Hojong, the word Hojo, and then the ending is to the singers sing 4 days and they sing all night and they sing these affirmative words that feed us spiritually and that affirm our spiritual identity and our spiritual inherent sovereignty. This is for remembering and awakening. And we say living the loving way as a way of life. We could say, no way, man, that's impossible. You know, what are you talking about? What did you say? You talking to me, huh? Now we're not shaking hands and greeting each other with a therapeutic touch and befriending. They're shaking hands. Now they go and they do that. So that's misqualifying energy to do that. Or, the intimidation and aggression. This one. So that's why we say Belashla, five-finger people are humane beings and peacemakers. So you've heard me say this time and time again. Here we are, we're bringing people to what do we mean by, quote, indigenous led? What do we mean by reciprocity from our very in-breath and out-breath? Or is it pseudo community where all the formal structure is there and the spirit of task avoidance, design failure?
Yeah.
The way is opening, making a way because the way is already there. We're not the one making a way. We just remind people, oh, creator, I forgot who I am. The way is made for me, or we're making a way together to correct ourselves between the worlds.
Yeah.
Between the worlds, meaning between the times of all the mistakes and then the corrections of those mistakes and then the new beginning and the new dawn and the new from the Piscean age to the Aquarian age, from the fear to the brotherhood and the sisterhood. See how this all fits. So so would you bridge and link the Indigenous Ceremonial Change Process template to the current Compassion Games AI invitation to bring the survival of the kindness into fruition through the guidance, for the purpose of guiding and supporting what I've been saying. That's what it is, and it will never change. It's the unifying principles of healthy helping teamwork. The right hand and the left hand, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, the life giver nurturer with the protector provider who ensures and guarantees there's no hunger, poverty, sickness, and premature death.
Yes.
Those are so we don't really have defending prayers. We have protection prayers, a shield to reflect the intentions that's not my intention. We know our intention and we're going to have a good outcome. We have a good intention, we have a good outcome.
Yes.
So we'll listen to you and learn together this bridge and this link and this connection.
Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, you know, I see myself as that protector and provider, and that you two in particular are so core to who I am and to my role here in this world. That radiant love that you speak of. I mean, so I want to be as transparent and as loving as I can for all of us here. It was a miracle. In fact, I called you in our first meeting, Patricia, an anomaly. I had
And it was
never
a
met.
compliment.
Yeah, you know,
It's
you
true.
got it. I know you got it. And here's the way I make sense of that. And you know, the fact that I have the privilege of learning and being with you, but that I get to share that with people that I'm meeting in the world. And I'm asking everyone who's here to help me amplify that knowledge and wisdom that Patricia's providing to us, to other people in the world. Because here's how I make sense of what it is to be a human. We're three kinds of beings. We are biological beings. Like Summer and I in Rotterdam, that wise young man said, relax, you will not survive this life. So we are biological beings. We will be born and we will pass. But we're social and historical beings. And we were born into a world. And people were already talking before we were born. And we were born, let me speak for myself, into a world that is that deficient world that you're talking about. That everyone from the moment I was born was talking that way and thinking that way. And it was a miracle that I encountered you who said, wait a minute, psst, there actually is another way. But that means I had to come to terms with the fact that everybody I knew, myself included, had been recruited to participate in their own demise without guilt or blame. That was the narrative. That was the discourse. That's what it is to be American. That's what it is to be Western, however you want to say it, without shaming or blaming. So it took me coming to terms with the fact that, wait a minute, I've got a hole in the wall. I found, when they do those construction sites, they put those places people can look in. By being able to see a world where it made sense to make the decisions for the greatest good for the greatest number of people, that was the blessing that you were to me. That there actually was a vibration that resonated deeply with my soul. And maybe because I'm a musician, I could tell that the world I was living in was out of tune. And I'd have those moments, and others have now joined with me to have those moments with you, Patricia, that remind us. But we're not just social and historical beings. We're also linguistic beings. And therefore, we can invent conversations with each other in which we open new possibilities for each other. And that, for me, is the dream of what we're doing here together. That one world is a space that we've created together, where it is Indigenous wisdom is leading the way, where we do recognize the need for a planetary, cosmic, reverent revolution. And what does that mean? Planetary means it's not by political boundaries, the way the world had set it up before we were born. No. There's a way that this planet is arranged like bioregions. And cosmic, yes, what does that mean? We live within the mystery of it all. Like you've reminded me so many times that, intrapersonal holiness for interpersonal wholeness. It starts with myself. You'd say, no, Jon, it starts with you and Creator. And getting grounded. You have offered Patricia, Summer, and I, we live our lives in exactly that loving way, that radiant love. We begin our day in a harmony huddle. Remember you told me, listen, everyone close to this. She said, you guys, you put north on the top. It should be the east. I mean, just stay with this for a second. It means all of our maps, all of our way of thinking is out of balance. Every map put the north on the top. Well, you know what? It doesn't work that way. It's the East. It rises, the sun rises in the East. Just imagine how you have to go, each of us, through the process of saying, okay, all my neighbors are out of balance. Everybody in this world here is looking at it you're on the wrong way, you're sideways. And just that we begin our day by affirming balance in living, and then looking to the south to affirm harmony in communication, and then to the west to affirm peace in the family, and then to the north to affirm beauty in the environment. Oh, that's the child turns to youth, turns to an adult, turns to an elder. Oh, that's sunwise. I mean, all of that thinking has been the gift that Patricia has brought into my life, into our lives, and into your life. In this reverent revolution, we would not just take that, oh, that's nice. That like is a call to heart, not a call to arms. So what we're doing here, I'm going to be a little technical. This is synchronous. Same time. Even though we're in different locations, we're doing this at the same time. One World platform is asynchronous. It's for the time between. And that's the playing field for the compassion games. And that's what we have before us in this 99 days, whatever, now we're down to probably 90 days or 91 days, to demonstrate together our capacity to really function as a not pseudo community. That's so fabulous. You have that distinction. Not where we're fake with each other and we compliment each other. No, we're authentic with each other and real with each other. And we're getting into the stuff that's going to make a real difference in our lives and the lives of the people we know and the strangers that we're meeting and the future for our children. So balancing synchronous with asynchronous, the times that we come together and connect through Zoom. Zoom's our platform. It works. But we also have One World. And in One World, there's a game called Living the Loving Way, which is inspired by exactly what Patricia is teaching here. And there are courses in One World that are built on what she's offering us. So, I mean, I am the most fortunate man in the world. Could you believe I get to protect and provide for these two human beings? And hopefully all of us as best as I can. I get so much pleasure in being that role of support. So, Summer, I want to let you share too, because I wanted you to be in this, because the masculine, feminine, we have a beautiful life and we thrive in sharing that. And I want everyone to feel at peace. There's nothing you can't ask, there are no secrets. So, Summer, share a little bit about how Patricia's wisdom and knowledge and our life together and whatever that means for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just such great respect. I really don't know exactly what to say, which is kind of part of what happens when I'm with Patricia, and I mean that from the depth of my heart. It's disorienting. I feel the brain surgery. I feel an undoing,
A what?
that undoing.
Undoing, undoing, deconstruction.
I I feel yeah, there's something, and I'm Patricia's very integrated in my life. We spend time with her. We go to gatherings with her. We are with her in the Salish Sea region a lot. You know, she's been in our home. We've broke bread together. She's a precious friend to me, and she's a very important elder, and I continue to learn, but it's like there's a different, it's not like, oh, I've learned what I've needed already. I realize when I'm with Patricia, there is always more to wise up about in my system when I'm with you. And I don't feel that all the time with there are like books I read where I read the book and then I'm done with the book and I'm like, "Oh, I received." But there's something about like of this exchange, this experience that's like an ongoing infinite pages of learning. So I just really, really am grateful always, and will always from this moment on will be grateful to be in space with you. And I can feel here in this space, this is the seventh day of World Unity Week. We are revisiting past World Unity Weeks. And last year, Patricia, you inspired the theme that we're revisiting today: truth, beauty, and goodness. And Solstice Unites last year was co-hosted with you and Ben Bowler, and it was one of the most beautiful dances I think I've ever seen you host. It was absolutely stunning. And if we can put a link to the Solstice Unites broadcast from last year in the chat here, I just think it would be a gift for all of us to revisit. And Patricia was absolutely extraordinary, and the way you danced with Ben Bowler and what was coming from broadcasts and you know ceremonies all over the world for solstice. And I really feel what you're saying. We are in that light right now, and World Unity Week, this spiritual light of the brightest light. I really have been feeling that all week. It has been extraordinary. And Patricia, I don't know if you were with us or not, but last night we did dancing
Yes,
the dream.
I did. I wasn't with you, but I'm aware of it.
Oh, okay, good. But I want you to know it was part of what I brought to this space, and it was one of the most extraordinary dances. It felt like it was about an hour long with Heather Elizabeth, Kristen Hoffman saying, John played the guitar. This whole background, I feel like, is what I was experiencing. The cosmic, reverent, planetary, sorry, I get these words mixed
Planetary,
up.
cosmic, reverent revolution. Yeah.
Planetary, cosmic, reverent revolution.
Mm.
I felt like that's what was being danced through everyone that was in the Zoom room. There was like over 100 people from Japan sharing their mudras that they'd been doing for 8 years, twice a week. It was so profound. Um, so again, I don't know. I don't have a plan of what to say in this moment, but I just really, really am grateful to be here. And I'm grateful for the distinctions and the affirmative thinking that I find myself tracking. What is it that I am affirming always in this present moment? So
Yeah.
yeah, just so grateful. And I look forward to dancing with you and just being with you.
Mm.
Thank you, Summer, and thank you, John. Thank you, everyone. The main point, the focus, two things. And John was referring to this map, and we're standing upon the earth and we're traveling on this earth daily and in our whole life and in the universe, in or out of the body, is still a spiritual journey. And so the map then is to immobilize us in Newtonian physics, which is a body at rest remains at rest until an external force moves it. So the map is with the east on the to the right, then yeah, the person is laying down immobilized. Okay, I'll just stop right there.
Ah.
And the reframe of the thinking is just turn the page 8 by 10 or whatever it is, and you put east on the top because you're then in alignment and you're moving around on the earth. You're not that's quantum physics, wave and particle. So the four directions and the movement, that's wave and particle. The particle is the directions and the wave is the traveling between them.
Mm.
Do you get that?
Wow. Wow.
That's trying to translate from ceremonial to Nepazad into some kind of English where I could convey that movement of
Mm.
it's not static. And so the main point of everything, just blunt, straightforward, cut to the chase, whatever the language is, planetary, cosmic, I added galaxy, planetary, cosmic, galaxy, universe, planetary, reverent revolution. No longer is the resource, the land, and the resource going from the poor to the rich, from the bottom to the top. Especially women and people of color, we agree to lose and pay to lose. So no more is it going from the poor to the rich and bottom to the top. The reframe is in alignment with natural order law. It goes from elder to youth.
Right.
It goes from the elder leaving through the east. The unborn newborn is coming in from the east. This is the intergenerational. This is the continuous circle. This is what the word Ashawikel. And those vibration and those sound and those meaning are actual. I'm not speaking in an abstract way, and there's no maybe. There's not, I think, I feel, I wonder, maybe. No, that's the way it is. Say that emphasis, that ending of a sentence that says means that's the way it is. No way to pervert it or deviate it from it, or give your power away, or even somebody can take your power. No, that inherent sovereignty is given equally to everyone, equally. So here we are, this Indigenous Ceremonial Change Process template. And I just had to keep that academic word because there's no other word that describes what I'm doing, why I'm doing this, who I am, how to go about it, and the magnitude and importance is that this template is ani shil illa wait shil Shilnanish Shil Illa in Sahaketh, though Ahwalzen. I kind of reversed it around, mixed, but it's really about the miracle power of serving in the world with my precious gift, the work that I do. It has that miracle in it, the alchemy of the miracle that we are making procreation. We're making life together. We're procreating life together in every way. Every way, even the male and the female rain and the plants and the animals and the humans. It is procreation going forward to living the loving way as a way of life. It is, this template is an impetus. It is an impetus. It is a driving. That's why I say my work is it is a way, it is not my work, it's the creator's ways. Actually, it's the creator's ways. So it is the motivation, driving force. I don't know about the word force, but the guidance, the motivation, the guiding stimulus that encourages a process of the undoing of violence and suffering, and making a way for the unifying principles of constructive and life-affirming planning, decision, realistic, and practical application of this radiant love to manifest in the world. It is the initiating spark. We're all a spark of divinity, a light within a greater light. So the template then is an impetus and an initiating spark that ignites the exponential compassionate kindness into a cherished and perpetuated way of life. So let's go through it really quickly. And the time has just people are waiting for that question and comment and everything here. Can I just go through this really quickly, and hopefully we can make time. You know, our shortest ceremony is from sundown to midnight to morning hour, and the next one's 4 days and 4 nights. The next one is 9, winter ceremony. So 90 minutes is like not even spoon feed, like just maybe a mustard seed. Naming the concept of the foundational pillar of international relations and political theory usually divides sovereignty into 2 components, and that means internal and external. What is left out then is in the materialistic world, there's a unifying principle. The spiritual sovereignty, the inherent sovereignty, is originating from, I'm going to just say these English words: Indigenous spirituality embodied in Indigenous wisdom and knowledge from the oral tradition. It's not written and published anywhere because it's oral tradition through transmission. So we have designed a link, a bridge of transmitting mass media for mass healing through AI, taking the Frankenstein out of it, taking the boogeyman out of it, and saying it's for compassionate kindness. That's the purpose of it, because that's in alignment with Creator's laws and ways and natural order, that we're all governed by it. It's not man-made. There's no man-made system that has power over the Almighty. Is Almighty Creator, maker of all that exists, source. So this then what are obstacles? This is where I want to emphasize that the deconstruction of the use of the term tribal. They're projecting from day one upon the pirate invaders to Turtle Island. Tribal. Projected characteristics. I'm just going to read through them really quickly. Truly evil people are often characterized by a lack of remorse, and strategic manipulation, while their initial facade may be charming. Oh, can I help you? Come back. Y'all come back. Can I help you? That's the double bind, mutually exclusive, mutually incongruent message, and layers of them, which is the root cause of schizophrenia. My eyes are crossing now, so let me see if I can read this. That while their initial facade may be charming, their true nature typically reveals itself through a consistent pattern of destructive behaviors. Recognizing the behavior of a deeply toxic or malicious person involves watching out for these signs, because we're undoing them. Speaking them out, we're dismantling them, we're undoing them together, because one person can't do that. It takes the whole planet to undo this, to acknowledge it and say, no. No remorse or empathy, chronic lying and reality distortion, avoidance of responsibility. Responsibility is not blaming. It is the ability to respond in more healthy ways. And so there's something that I was not fully aware of. I heard of it. They call it DARVO. Deny, attack, and reverse the victim and the offender to position themselves as the victim. Make oneself a victim, and somebody will rescue you, and then the other person. What happened to us Indigenous people here on Turtle Island? Task avoid, self-serving manipulation, extreme control issues. The people who are most out of control want to control. Hidden agenda, hidden strings, hidden attachments, hidden conditions. Enjoying other people's struggle. Okay, so what is the realistic ideal? I'm going to read I am the joyful I am the joyful child.
Sister
see.
Patricia, beloved sister, while you're queuing that up, I want to do a tech check real quick with you, my beloved. We have stream change in 5 minutes, and
Okay.
our next presenters are in the room. Thank you, beloved sister.
5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, we had 90 minutes when we started.
Which actually is a really long session for World Unity Week. You had like one of the longer sessions.
Can't be long enough. Let's just tell the truth.
Okay,
We could
can
spend-
someone
Yeah.
can someone just present present something just on their tongue? If not, I'll read the poem and then we're done. That's why people are coming in, because
Well, okay. So you teach on a regular basis on the second Saturday of each month. Let's just make sure people know there's a way to continue having this conversation. Someone just suggested something that could work, to have a breakout room. So we could, if you want to continue the conversation, we could now invite those who want to continue to move into a different room, and the people who are scheduled to present can begin in this main room, if you want to do it that way. Or
it's up to you. This is all your prerogative. It's the default of the system, and in collaboration and cooperation with it.
well, here's a chance to do the greatest good for the greatest number of people. Let's see how we can actually make a healthy decision in a good way. And I need your guidance in that, okay? So there is an option called set up a breakout room where we could continue. We could read the poem and conclude it here and invite people to go into that room, or invite people to come to your regular sessions that you teach. There is a course in One World, 2 courses in One World that people can continue. So what do you suggest? Teach us,
Okay,
how
in
should we
3
come to a
minutes-
resolution?
In 3 minutes, I'm going to read it in 3 minutes, and then you all decide, and I'm okay with it. I'm happy.
Okay, go for
the
it.
joyful child. We are the joyful child. We live within the circle of friendship, and we hear the drumbeat, and we hear the heartbeat of Mother Earth. We are the joyful child, the children of Creator within creation. We live within the circle of life. I am the song of happiness. I am the precious child of Mother Earth and Father Sky. I sing, dance. We sing, we dance. We live within the circle of friendship and walk upon a sunbeam and dance upon a rainbow. I am the joyful child. That was written in 1980, 1980, whatever. Thank you.
Well, that's just a little too abrupt. It's not just to, thank you.
John, I believe the breakout room's a great idea, especially since it was requested from the audience.
Yeah,
Not
no.
us.
Now, my only concern about that, and I'd go into that breakout room, is that some people might have come for what is coming next. So I want to be respectful to them. And so this is all part of the challenge about coming to resolution, right? So let's offer the breakout room. And Patricia, are you available to continue the conversation in that room?
What I said was I'll read the poem and I'll let you make decision, and I'm in cooperation and collaboration with the default,
Okay.
which is the strategy and the timing.
Okay, I'm assuming
Okay, well
that's a
then
yes.
we are at stream change in about 2 minutes. Anyone that would like to enter the breakout room, can you please raise your digital hand or wave into the camera?
Well, okay,
and
wait,
we will-
hold on. Wait. There's a way to do the breakout room that people can just choose to go there. You don't have to put them in there. When you go, if you want me to set it up, I can. There's a way to set it up to let that be that way.
I already did, John. It's
Oh.
open. People can choose if they would like to.
Okay, so it's easier that way. And
Can we stop the live streaming service so that
I'm fixing to do that, sister. If we can just let's make them make sure that they have the breakout, and then we can move from there.
Okay. Well, if you click on the breakout, let's see, maybe Ingrid, you want to explain how it works? You want me to explain?
Go ahead, John. That's great.
Okay. So there is a room available. Did you name it, or is it just Patricia Anne Davis continue?